And next up is the UMP 45. And what's in the works right now, I hear that this gun is actually going to get a rework. And oh my goodness, if this gun gets a rework, it's going to be real scary. Now, the attachments I use for the UMP 45 is, of course, coyote sight, no laser, the muzzle is a mono silencer, the underbarrel, the vertical grip, granulated tape, and the perk, of course, steady shot, because the UMP 45 kind of moves a little bit more than any other SMG. So that's why I use the steady shot for it. Now let's get into the gun. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this gun actually kind of got like tinkered a little bit, because at first, I mean, months and months, probably like a year ago, this gun was kind of overpowered a little bit. Everyone was using it because the UMP 45, compared to all the other guns at the current state, the UMP 45 kind of towered over it. You know, it kind of like just towered it in a positive way. But current day, looking at the UMP 45, the gun is a melter of a SMG. Tier 1, of course. It does 28 to the leg, 28 to the chest, and 42 to the head, all the way up to 225, that 230 full damage stud range right there. Then it drops off to 8.4 to the leg, 8.4 to the torso, and 12.6 to the head after that 225, 230 stud. Now, if we look at that, 28 to the leg and 28 to the torso, so you're telling me it does the same amount of damage. That's the big, like, height point about this that I don't think people look at, because you're telling me I really don't have to aim for the torso that much. I mean, I can do the same amount of damage if I hit his big toe, his pinky toe, his middle toe, his right toe. Huh. But the bombshell, the Hadouken of this UMP 45 is the 42 to the head at 720 fire rate. That is clean as a whistle. The magazine has 30, of course. Handling's up there. Mobility's up there. The gun's fantastic. This gun, I can't stress it enough. The SMGs have the love. They just need the people to use them. Okay, the SMGs are clean. They're cut. I'm having more fun in the SMG than the AR. Okay, maybe because everyone uses ARs, and I don't see SMGs that much, and I haven't used them that much. But rating these guns and reviewing them, I'm using the SMGs like no other. And you can't walk away from the UMP 45 without, you know, constantly talking about that 42 to the head. That is up there. Okay, that's up there. I'm trying to like look and see, but I think other than the AUG and the SM03, yeah, I'm looking at that right now. Other than those, this does the most to the head, which is an elite category, because the SM, remember we reviewed that gun, the SM03 reviewed that gun, and the full damage stud range isn't there. But the UMP 45 kind of has that with the 225 full damage stud range compared to the SM03 that stops at like 70 of full damage stud range. And when you shoot back to the AUG kind of stops at like 180, 190 full damage stud range, and that has 45 to the head. So the SM03 has 50 to the head, stops at 70 studs, and the AUG A2 has 45 to the head, stops at like 80 studs. But the UMP 45 does 42 to the head and stops at like 225 studs. Wow. At 720 fire rate. That's clean. That's clean. And the recoil, it's not there. Like I said, I use steady shot. Because it throttles a little bit, but not to a worrisome. You can easily put sleight of hand or something in there for a faster reload, or any other perk that you want to use, really. But the recoil, not that hard at all. It's there. It's like straight. The SMGs, they have this thing where they have no recoil, basically. You get the hang of it for like probably an hour, I can say, an hour to get used to it. and you're in there. And now, over the Scorpion, the UMP-45 is becoming my favorite. Like, oh my goodness, every gun I go through, it's becoming my favorite. It's getting annoying because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna grind this gun. Next thing you know, I'll review the next one, play with it for a little bit, and you know what? It's my favorite, okay? But the UMP-45, I love this gun, okay? I love this gun. I can't believe it's getting a rework because what do you have to work on? And that this gun is gonna be amazing if you're like able to add some bullet conversion, a bigger mag, or the things that you do to the M4, all the customizable guns that have extra attachments like Mac 10 and stuff like that. If you do this to the UMP-45, I will stick with this gun for the rest of my life, okay? That's how great the gun is currently, and that's how great the gun is going to be. And like I said, I try to look for bad things about a gun, try to put it down, you know, try to bash it a little bit, try to haze it, try to pick on it, but I can't pick on the UMP-45. I can't. The full damage stud range is there. The same damage to the leg and the torso, that's magnificent. I mean, that fixes my mistakes. You know, my human mistakes. If I meant to hit the torso and I hit the leg, I'm doing the same damage. This is like, should be labeled as the mistake solver. You know, the UMP-45 is the mistake solver. I'm naming it right now, the mistake solver. And I can't just sit here and still not keep on talking about the 42 to the head. That is some real damage. At 720 fire rate? Man, come on, bruv. Okay, dude, come on. That thing is insane. The UMP-45, thank you. And I'm sorry I have neglected you for so long. But no more. No more in UMP-45. I'm using you. So thank you guys for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel. And we shall see you on the next one.
Hey, start.